In case you missed things yesterday, here is a little clip of Jerry Jones getting a little worked up over talking about the state of his football team with us.
We can go into this. I'm saying what I'm saying. Don't tell me what I'm saying.
Okay.
You listen to what I'm saying.
Jerry, why are you getting so mad at us? We're just asking you why the blowouts are happening, the historical differences at home. We're just asking about it on behalf of the fans, and you're getting real ticked off and mad at us. We're just
I'm not. Hey, can I tell you something, guys? I don't get mad at people that I can not be with if I don't want to be with. I don't get mad. You're asking me for a response, and I'm giving you a response. We got to play better, and we got to play better at specific points. No, there's no looking for stepping out here and bringing in 20 new players between now and the bye. That's not the way it works.
So things were kind of calm, except for the reaction, like on all the shows and everything, and all the awesome messages from Tolos. Nothing from the Cowboys, nothing from the bosses. And then last night, in case you missed it, Jerry Jones tells Diana Rossini after the owners' meetings that I don't need to be grilled by those guys. I'll take it from real fans or real football people. I may have had a different answer, and I don't need to be getting that from the flagship station. And that really threw us all for a loop. Here's my theory on that. It's just a theory. I don't know. My theory is that Jerry Jones talked to us before getting on his private plane. He landed. He was 1 minute before, 1 minute early to the owners' meetings. He went inside the meetings.
You're on time, you're late.
They last all day long. Cowboy reporters would kill for that timing from McCarthy's pressers. He goes into the meeting. He's in there with the other owners. And by the way, Jerry took that little shot at us as well, saying, you guys think you're so smart. You know, you're not one of the owners. You need to be coming to this meeting. You be one of the football.
I mean, he invited us. I mean, I'll be like, okay, I'll go. I mean, I'll talk to 31 other people.
So all hell breaks loose, and Jerry gets absolutely annihilated and criticized from the entire world. He walks out, and he doesn't know. He's not getting those updates. He's talking about league business. Bobby, have you ever been to the owners' meetings? Or do you know the setup in terms of reporters like waiting for you to walk out of those doors?
So I haven't been there specifically, but yeah, a lot of times it's there. If there's a certain, ballroom they're meeting in or something at a hotel, they're posted up in a hallway or they're sitting there waiting in a lobby, and they're just waiting to catch somebody walking by and stop them.
So everyone was waiting for like Mark Davis after the Devontae trade, right? Well, Diana Rossini, I believe, got Jerry Jones walking out. Jerry he doubled down, tripled down on these comments with even more insults towards us. And my theory is Cowboy PR, Tad, did not get a chance to brief him on the world's reaction before he talked to Rossini. That's my theory. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. That someone did not get to him and be like, hey, just to let you know, you're getting taken apart here. Threatening jobs, belittling, small, petty, whatever the Tolos were saying yesterday. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because for him to come out multiple times and basically say, I'll set up state-run media the way I want it to be run and get the questions that I want to be asked, that's the thing that has boggled my mind the most. Because that's not Jerry Jones, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm being objective. Yes, Jerry, came at us, tried to embarrass us yesterday, but I'm still going to be fair about it and honest. Jerry Jones doesn't pay us, and Jerry Jones does not dictate and control where the interviews go with the questions. So for him, multiple times yesterday, to want to give off the appearance that he is not as media, as big of a media treat as he's been, and not Dan Snyder with his radio stations in D.C., it blows my mind. Now, a couple people have given theories. They said, yes, Jerry knows he doesn't own the radio station that's owned by Odyssey, but maybe he still thinks like, I'm Jerry Jones. I've been going on here for 15 years. That's my bat phone. That's my megaphone. So it's not technically Jerry's radio station, but maybe he thinks
His platform.
It is
Right.
his platform.
It's platform that time slot.
Yeah.
Every football season.
The other theory that people threw, I mean, I had some crazy theories thrown at me yesterday. I had someone throw out there, maybe Jerry thought he was doing, this is no disrespect to the people over there. It is what it is. If you work for the team website, you can't go as harsh as we're able to do. And Nick Eatman will join us at 9:20. Nick's like, no, I want to come on. Someone suggested maybe Jerry thought he was like on with one of his .com shows. And he's like, where's this questioning coming from? Why are you pressing me? He wouldn't get pressed like that in a DallasCowboys.com interview. Not a shot towards Derek Eagleton and his team. They dominate. I don't believe that. I'm just telling you what.
You don't believe they dominate?
No. People are so confused and so befuddled. Even people that work in the building, they're trying to come up with reasons. And the other explanation that could be possible, I guess, is Jerry, we are partners. We're radio partners. We're not employees of Jerry Jones. I want to make that very, 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 very clear. We are not Jerry Jones employees. I think you learned that yesterday. But we are partners. And I do want to say one thing. I don't need any apology from Jerry Jones. I don't think we're getting it after last night. Jerry Jones has done more for us, me, way more than we've ever done for him. We all feed off of that star. Like the fish that follow the whale, the dolphin, I don't know, some sea expert. My son could probably tell it better than me with his sea animal obsession. We all follow the star swimming, and we feed off all the leftovers. Jerry Jones has put us on national TV every single week. Jerry Jones creates a headline, and we benefit from it. I want that to be said. For that, I am eternally grateful to Jerry for giving us that spotlight. What he did yesterday was low. It was unfair. It was petty. It was insulting. And I have a response to Jerry at 9:00 today if it happens again. I have a plan in my own mind. I should have probably talked about it with you guys. I did call the boss and tell him what I plan on doing if it happens again. Because last night what he did.
You called Jerry?
What he did with Diana Rossini gives me the impression that this is not over. That's my only worry in this. None of us are worried about our jobs. Okay? None of us are worried about any threats or Jerry moving the show. Whatever. If he wants to move the show, I'll get into that at 9. What I'm worried about is the tone and the respect level of the interviews moving forward with KMC on Friday and us on Tuesdays. Because what he did last night with Rossini in just continuing to cut us down with the insults, that bothers me from like a personal level with a 15-year relationship that I thought we had with the man. And we didn't do anything wrong in terms of getting out of line, offensive. That's what I have to say about that for now. Now, anyone want to add before we move on to the national reactions?
I'm stunned. I am taking this much more angrily than you are. I'm done with them.
Meaning
I don't
what?
care about getting on national TV. I've never cared. I got nothing to say to him. Like
So, what, you going to be Bassick in interviews now?
maybe. I mean,
Where did this come? I didn't hear any of this yesterday.
well, I mean, I like to formulate my thoughts in private. I just that was what he did at the end, and there was the interview. I had no problem.
What if he apologizes?
Yeah, we cover. Yeah, that's different. That's different. I'm gullible. I will buy any apology.
Yeah.
You can kill my dad and then say, "Hey, I'm sorry about that." Okay, I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will believe any apology. But yeah, short of that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do, but that I'm taking this much more
Personal.
and I don't take anything personal. I don't get offended. I don't get insulted.
So what pushed you over that edge?
The comments at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It was bad. I mean, I don't know how you usually see petty and you usually see billionaires try to muscle. It's usually the children of billionaires that do that. The ones who have a chip on their shoulder because they didn't create something. right? Because they have to prove their own to the world. Jerry doesn't have to do that. Billionaires like Jerry don't have to stoop to that level. They don't have to because they're secure.
Yeah.
They're very secure in who they are.
The stuff just about, someone came up with a tweet yesterday. It was Daniel. So let me get this straight. He pays you guys, yet says you don't know football. So he admits to paying people who don't know football, which again, he doesn't pay us. I don't know why he said that. I have no idea why he said that. Jane Slater with a hilarious tweet this morning. You guys really sounded like you studied up last night, talking a lot of football. Way to step up on the fundamentals. And she put out a picture of Football for Dummies. All right. Probably the most viral response yesterday. You want to say anything?
Just one thing I want to throw on top of that. I know you're saying maybe he didn't know what the reaction was. He didn't have time to be briefed. I find that very unlikely because he was on that plane and the reaction hit so fast that when he walked off the plane, he knew enough to tell Judy Batista, "You want me to snap at you too?" He knew it was a national conversation at that point. So I think he knew and he had time to think about it and he still said what he said.
Why do you think he said it? Just because they're crumbling? And someone on ESPN said, I think it was Shannon. He goes, "You can't sell the fans this time. Your time is up on selling us. The ruse is up." And Florio had said that as well. And you're backed into a corner and there's no way out. You're tied to $60 million a year. You know what's about to happen against San Fran. You can't sell us on it anymore. Now the stadium's probably going to be full and the ratings are going to be high. But maybe that's an explanation. I don't know. That's why we have the fan text for your theories. Franklin Franco injury attorney text line 877-881-1053. Shannon Sharp with probably the strongest response yesterday on First Take.
To put a man in fear for his job. I hate, I detest, I despise someone that would prey on the weak. And because Jerry Jones is in an advantageous situation, because he has the power in this situation, he would actually say that publicly. That tells me a lot about a man. That'll tell me a lot about a man that has power and would abuse that power to tell that man, I will get somebody in here to ask me favorable questions. That is absolutely that guy's job, is to ask. What do you think his job was? See, Jerry wants all the credit when things go well, but none of the blame. He told us how many times, the buck stopped with me. Any deal that's ever happened, I either signed off on it or I got notified of it. Now, you getting trounced. You getting run through like Sherman went through Atlanta during the Civil War, and now you want no part of it when they ask you about it. Boy, this is embarrassing, and I don't take this lightly. If the Cowboys don't win another playoff game or another game, as long as Jerry Jones is the owner, I'll be the happiest man in the world. For that man to put that man in fear for his job. Now, you know moving forward, Saturday Swagoo Stephen A., you know he's not going to ask him anything tough because that man needs that job. And for Jerry to say this publicly and say, I'm not laughing, I'm not joking, I'm out.
So this is on TV with Amanda in the room, and I had to kind of look up to see if she still held some respect for me when he goes, to prey on the weak.
On the weak.
And I said, I looked at her. I was like, I'm not weak. I'm not weak. I'm not weak like
Small
that.
hand.
This weak, just tiny man who is so in fear every second of every day.
Yeah.
Inferior. He is like a little kitten in a New York alley, just cornered by other bigger animals.
Like a big bear with paws, just patting the bunny around, man. Just patting the bunny around.
He's injured. He's hurt.
Yeah.
He's never going to ask him a tough question again. You better believe that.
Look, I appreciate what Shannon said. I understand what he was saying. But that part, I do make a promise. And I will go unemployed and get fired. I'll risk my job. I am not. And I'm going to, and we may have to have this conversation with Jerry Jones. And I think my bosses know this already. I'm not breaking news. We are not going to ask different questions than what we've been doing for 15 years. I won't do it. I will not do it. I don't take pieces of paper from anybody. I don't take questions from anyone. If I don't like the way you try to set up an interview, I decline the interview with people. That goes for the owner and the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. If we think that Mike McCarthy could be fired, we're going to ask him, is Mike McCarthy getting fired? If we think a coordinator is getting blown out, we're going to ask him, is a coordinator getting blown out? Why do you continue to get destroyed by elite football teams, out-toughed, out-physicaled? It's getting asked. If I have to be run out of here, I'll get run out of here. I have to sleep at night. That's what makes me sleep at night. Not collecting the paycheck. We got to do the right thing. We got to be professionals. We got to do the job the way it's supposed to be done. That's the way we've always done it. And as long as I'm in here, that's the way it's always going to happen.
Yeah, you said you don't take paper. I will say I will take money.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, you can pay me.
And then you'll talk to him?
Yeah, you pay me off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, all it's going to take is, hey, you know what, you want to go to that San Francisco game? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would like to go to the San Francisco game. What time's the jet leave?
The playmaker, Michael Irvin, with some very kind words yesterday talking about this on FS1.
Listen, Shan and RJ, very good friends of mine. They're very good at what they do. It's the best show in Dallas. They put on the best show, and it's certainly the best show on that network. And Shan does a great job asking questions, and Jerry's usually very, very good about answering them. And they do a great job and have a great interview. You can tell the frustration is mounting, and it is high. I've never heard Jerry publicly go at anyone that way.
No, he usually don't.
I've never heard Jerry do that. And that right there, and I know how much he likes Shan. RJ used to be my board up guy. So these guys are the best. I know how much he likes Shan, and I've been at events with him. But for Jerry to go that way and get hot like that, yeah, Jerry's very frustrated. And it ain't Shan. He's just bringing it out. He's just bringing the frustration out. He's not creating it. That is what's going on with over there at that complex that's creating it.
Dan Patrick, Nick Wright, very kind yesterday on their platforms as well. There's someone I think who tried to placate to Jerry a little bit. And his name is Stephen A. Smith.
Oh.
This was Stephen A.'s initial response when they heard this yesterday on First Take.
Is he getting feisty? Is he ultra sensitive? Sure. But I'll be damned if I'm going to blame a radio host, knowing that on a weekly basis you signed up to go on that show.
That's right.
Knowing his job is to ask you those questions, and you're going to get on him and talk about, I'll get somebody else to ask the questions. Let me say this to Jerry Jones, and you know I love you. Jerry, come on, bro. You better than that.
Yep.
You better than that. That you are better than. You are somebody that has volunteered to go in front of the camera, in front of the microphone, based on what we heard, because I ain't hear the whole conversation. Yeah. Based on what we heard, that individual there did their job. You know what to expect after a debacle like that. Yeah. That's not about the radio host. That's not about a pundit or a member of the Fourth Estate. That is about your Dallas Cowboys being soft, being weak, being below average, playing in an unacceptable fashion, and them getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the, and this is should tell you how bad it was yesterday. That is, and it's not soft. It's probably one of the softer takedowns of Jerry from yesterday. And even still, it's like, you screwed up, and you volunteered for this, and they did their jobs, and you're wrong. And that was